Hello community and welcome to something different. We'll be taking Agent 47 into the Wild West where we'll be hunting animals, bounties and rival players. I first started by making my own version of 47 in the character creator. I know he may look like a dehydrated lizard, but that's just more realistic for the times. As I leave the character creator, I find my way back to camp. As any hitman knows, your loadout is extremely important. So I make sure to pack my trusty Mauser pistols, combining it with a bow and a bolt-action rifle. Knowing that the stealth in this game works about as well as the Tesla autopilot, I made sure to pack a lot of ammo. With Agent 47 all ready, it was time to whistle to my loving Diana. I gave her a nice pat and proceeded to climb on top of her because you see, it was time to ride her to our very first Hitman contract. It took place on the poor side of Saint Denis. I was looking for a target with a top hat and a stripped attire. Clearly, I was looking around for Charlie Chaplin. The mission came with clear instructions. The kill had to be silent and unnoticed, which is difficult in a big city such as Saint Denis, but even more difficult when you can't find the target. As I snuck my way between the people of Saint Denis, I kept looking for my target, but it seems he was nowhere to be found. I was starting to lose my patience, but as I made my way near the dogs, I found them, strolling around with a band of thugs. My trigger finger was ready, but I remembered this isn't Call of Duty, this is Hitman, so I just relaxed, followed him closely. I knew in due time my opportunity would arrive. He soon made his way into a secluded area. He was strong-arming workers into giving him their hard-earned money. Happy with himself after he took what he wanted, he decided to have a piss into the nearby corner, but before he had the chance, I took out my knife, got behind him and pierced it straight into the side of his neck, killing him instantly. As his lifeless body fell into the ground, I quickly looted him and escaped from the back door towards the train tracks. I mounted my Diana and made my way to the exit, delivering the goods and claiming a small fortune for my troubles, a total of $29. Clearly, the work of a hitman, even when done professionally, wasn't very well paid. Perhaps bounty hunting would have done me better. Luckily, I wasn't too far away from Emerald Ranch, as I took onto the bounty board and began a hunt for my next target. Right as I closed into the first objective, a pack of wolves started chasing after me. Stealth doesn't become any easier while being chased by wolves, so I tried to drop them rather quickly. I found two criminals who had shot down a carriage, the same carriage that my bounty needed to be picked up in. So after executing them both in a blink, I had a genius plan to put one of their hats as a disguise and take the carriage to the bounty. If I was slick enough, I could just pick her up casually and bring her straight to jail. Sadly, my foolproof plan was not as effective as I had imagined. The front guard immediately recognized something was wrong, but before he had a chance to aim his rifle, I pulled out my twin Mausers and rained hell on all of these wretched criminals. Headshot after headshot, I let them know that their free trial of life has been discontinued. With them dealt with, the bounty was hiding upstairs. Given that the bounty is a woman, a soft and feminine creature, I made sure to be as gentle as possible during her capture. Miraculously, she did not resist the restraints, so I bound her and put her on my Diana. All I had to do was bring her back to the Valentine Sheriff's office, but it appears the wolves decided to reappear. It's clear they underestimated my speed.
I'm fast as fuck, boy!
I made my way back to Valentine and brought her in for a rather decent reward, as well as a telegram letting me know that the mayor of Saint Denis has stuffed his mansion with priceless valuables. As my Diana took a much needed shit, I got ready to make my way back to Saint Denis. Robbing the mayor's mansion in broad daylight may seem like a risky move to some, but those people are cowards with fear in their hearts. 47 has no fear, just a hunger for violence and carnage. In the stealthiest way possible, of course. The best way to rob the mansion is to eliminate all of the guards around it. They're constantly moving around, so as soon as I pick my spot, I move quickly but with force, leaving no one behind. Of course, this being a Hitman game, hiding bodies is very important. I make sure to do so by throwing the outside guard's body straight into the bushes. I'm not scared of anyone finding him, cause I just killed the gardener a minute ago. With everyone put to rest, I can just walk around like a total boss and take whatever I want, with no concerns for any witnesses. As I go around the mansion stealing one jewel after another, I can only think of the crazy amount of money I'll end up receiving at the end of the mission. With all of the loot successfully acquired, I make my way down and knock out the final guard just for good measure. I mount my loving Diana and once more take her to the drop-off point. And I was right, the reward is much bigger, a total of $30. As much as I enjoyed my little heist, this is Hitman. Finding and assassinating targets is the name of the game, and my next mission was all about that. I was put in a team of other players as we combined our efforts to find and kill gang leader Alfredo Montez. He was expecting us to go after him and he was prepared. It all takes place in the forest, so stealth was very important. But it wasn't until we made our way to the very first encounter that I realized I had been matched with a group of complete incompetent buffoons who didn't have any stealth weapons equipped. My frustration grew as every single stealth encounter would be turned into a shootout gunfight by the moronic imbeciles I was supposed to call partners. Don't get me wrong, playing stealth in co-op is a tricky thing, but these blithering idiots were just going around shooting everything that moves. Though to be fair to them, they were on the lower levels. Still, after an exhausting rampage in the woods, we finally made our way to the hideout. Knowing how the mission was about to turn out, I made sure to position myself and launch an attack from the back, though Alfredo was much stronger than I expected. Still, with a well-timed headshot, I was able to take him down. We needed proof of his death, so I thought we should take a picture of the body, but apparently they wanted something more, physical. We made our way back, but got ambushed from the trees. Though surprised, it was nothing we couldn't handle. We arrived back to the sheriff to deliver the goods. He might have been surprised to see the head, but we were more surprised to hear that we had killed the wrong brother. We still got paid, but the anger having to deal with these absolute degenerates, with the fact that all of this was just to kill the wrong person, made me feel like it was time to release some adrenaline. Luckily, that's when King of the Castle spawned. It was time for PvP. The PvP showdown started rather fun. I was just practicing my aim at the beginning, and even without the PvP ability cards that you need to be successful in this mode, I was still doing rather decent. I was winning most of my duels and killing players with severely better ability cards and gear. However, it wasn't until I got close to the castle that I figured out what was really going on. As always, playing with other people in a Rockstar game, there was a fucking modder. This time it was a female character called Black Widow. I wasn't surprised by the name or character. There is nothing wrong playing with a female character, but it was clear the reason he was playing as a female character is because he knew that's the closest thing he'll ever get to having a girlfriend. Though I do hope he's careful using his hand while he spams infinite life and damage in his mod menu, because everyone knows his hand is the closest thing he'll ever get to having sex. It was clear he was too busy of dreaming of a dominatrix that will tie him to the bed and peg him in the ass to be bothered to play fairly. And if whoever happened to be playing as that character happens to be watching this video, I just wanna let you know you are a spineless, gutless, ballless little pussy, a coward. So I hope you enjoy your victory through the use of mods. I'm sure it's the only achievement you've ever received. Anyways, even with a modder roaming around, the PvP was enjoyable. With 47, I got to duel some really strong players, won some, lost some, but had fun either way. The PvP ended, but my need for carnage was far from fulfilled. Luckily for me, just as I spawned back, a player bounty appeared. It was an offer I couldn't refuse. The bounty had a teammate and made his way on top of a building, making him very difficult to assassinate. Still, I took on the challenge and went after him. His teammate was of no threat to me, I was beating him like a rented mule, but the bounty himself was very difficult to get. I had to make my way up a ladder to catch him, but he was always ready for me. The timer was ticking down, my opportunity was closing. I tried desperately to find an elevated position, all I needed is a fair shot and he would be done. But no matter where I climbed, there was no opportunity to get him. With the clock ticking down, it was obvious the higher ground was too big of an advantage. So after killing his friend one last time, I made my way to the swamps. There are more things to hunt than just people. Given it was nighttime, I knew a panther was roaming near. As I put on my panther disguise, I equipped my bolt-action rifle and made my way to the forest. Little did I know the panther was already there, waiting for me, stalking me in the shadows. My Diana ejected me, leaving me for dead, but I had other plans. As the panther tried to pounce on me, I kicked it away. It came back for a second try, but I was ready with a single bullet. I pierced its brain. My disguise had worked brilliantly. The panther was now mine. I put it on the back of my unloyal Diana and started riding to camp. Little did I know, my disguise was far stronger than I had imagined. And then I saw it. The yellow question mark, letting me know that one of the rarest and most dangerous animals has just spawned. The legendary ghost panther. I immediately proceeded to grab my shotgun and eliminate the two regular panthers that surrounded it. But then my Diana betrays me once more, throwing me into the jaws of danger. But I was not willing to go down easy. So anyway, I started blasting. But even though my shots were accurate, the beast found its way to me. It bit my neck, almost killing me, but I was able to throw it away. I knew it would come again, so I prepared myself. I kept shooting it, but with little effect. I dived sideways, avoiding its killing strike, and with one final shot, ended the beast permanently. Now, however, I had a different problem. Having a legendary animal on the back of your horse is like having a beautiful woman on the back of your bike. Everyone wants to get it. So although I was ready for a fight, I did my best to reach the fast travel point as quickly as possible and return to camp. The night was upon us, the beast was slain, and 47's wild adventure had come to an end. If you enjoyed, press the like button, subscribe for more content, and more than anything else, thank you very much for watching.